my name is Cheyenne and welcome to my channel. I've done this video a million times and I never knew what to say or what to write down, and I wrote down what to say and what I was going to talk about, but yeah, so this is my 16 and pregnant story time, and let's just get right into it. I was living with my mom and my 3 sisters at the time. This was back in June, July of 2018. We lived in a small town. And on May 28th of 2017, I met my baby's father, which I never knew him because he didn't go to school with me. He was homeschooled, so I didn't know of him. I didn't know him at all whatsoever. It was just a new face to me, so I thought that was pretty cool. He had actually gotten a hold of me through Instagram, and I was on a live with one of my best friends at the time, and he had actually gotten on my live and was talking to me like all night. That's how we met. He talked to me on Instagram, and basically he was the one who started the relationship. We dated for a year and a half, and then on August 18th, 11 days after my 18th birthday, I found out that I was pregnant after taking 4 pregnancy tests at his resort. So his parents owned a resort, and we had went there for his 18th birthday party. It was just me, him, and his dad. And we went there and we were just gonna swim and have a good time. At the time, we were not using condoms. I wasn't on the pill. Kind of having symptoms of being pregnant. My boobs hurt really, really bad. I didn't want water to hit them. I didn't want to wear a bra. I was also eating like a ton more. I'd have, for example, like 1 bowl of spaghetti, and then it turned into I was having 4 and 5. And I knew that my appetite was getting bigger and bigger. I was very skinny mini, and I started gaining weight in my thighs and my hips. And so I kind of knew that something was going on. Again, I didn't want to believe that I was pregnant, so I kind of just brushed it off to the side. It's like, no, there's no way I could be pregnant. Yeah, so that was like the last possible thing on my mind. So we got to his resort, and on the way there, I had thrown up. And I never throw up, and the last time I actually did throw up was when I was around 7 or 8 years old. And I never got car sickness. Even when I was sick, I never threw up. I would just kind of lay there, be nauseous. So I had told the baby's father that if I had ever gotten sick, that I know for sure that I'm pregnant. When I had went to change into a bathing suit, my baby's father was standing outside of the bathroom waiting for me to get done, and took the pregnancy test in there with me when I went to go change, took it, and it came out positive. I instantly went and I told the baby's father. I had him go and tell his dad right away because I wanted to tell my mom right away, and I knew that if I told my mom, she would call his dad and it was just going to be a mess. So I made him tell his dad right away as soon as we found out, and I immediately called my mom. And I told my mom, and I sent her a photo of the test that said pregnant, and I will actually insert the photos somewhere on here of my pregnancy test saying pregnant. That was the very first test I had ever taken that said pregnant. I sent it to my mom, and yeah, so I'll insert that in here. She wasn't very supportive in the beginning. She was very disappointed in my decisions, only because she had made the same decisions when she was my age, and she said that she wanted a different lifestyle for me, which I completely understand, and I get where she was coming from. And at the end of the day, when it all came said and done, she's in love with my son, and she's so glad that it happened. Not probably right now, but she's still happy for me and for my son, and she loves me no matter what. So I said that she was there for me, and she did say that we got this, and we were going to get through it, and she's going to be there 100% of the time if I ever needed her. So let's see. I also didn't have a period for going on 3 months. So after I had taken the tests, I had narrowed it down to when it could have been that I had conceived our baby. I hadn't had a period for 3 months. So when I took the test, I knew that I was around 3 months pregnant. Yeah, and I wasn't very big. I didn't get very big until like the very ending parts of my pregnancy. About like a week or 2 after I had told my mom, I ended up moving in with the baby's father. We lived with his parents for about a month. I'd say. I moved in with my grandma, who lived 40 minutes away in a smaller town, because I thought going to school there would be better. And plus there was a ton of more room there. We would have our own room that was basically the size of 2 bedrooms. We would have that space rather than his room, which we couldn't fit a baby bed in. We wouldn't be able to fit our clothes in. So I just thought that was the better option. And so we ended up moving there, and we stayed there almost for the rest of my pregnancy, I'd say, until February of 2019. And then me and the baby's father had some sorting out. So he moved back in with his parents. I moved back in with my mom. And yeah, and then I ended up staying with my mom until I had my baby. I never got morning sickness. I think I threw up once, which was when on our way to the resort. That's how I knew that I was pregnant. Other than that, I was just nauseous. I was very nauseous. I ate a lot. Yeah, just like a normal pregnancy. Wasn't really ever active in the school after I found out that I was pregnant. I was more shocked because school was my entire life, and I had plans to graduate first and go to college and then maybe get married, have a baby. So once I found out that I was pregnant, my goals kind of changed. How I looked at it is I'm 17. I could possibly turn out to be a single mom. I need to make money. I need to make sure that I am stable for myself, so that way my son's always stable. So my priority changed from school to working. So with that being said, I did still do school. I went into online schooling, and I did that at home for a little bit. I did get some of my schooling done. I was over halfway done, I believe, and this year I'm actually going to sign back up to get my last year of school going. So I dropped out when I was a junior, and I'll be going back as a junior senior. I'm hoping to be able to graduate with my class and just do the extra work so that way I can graduate with my class. Yeah, so basically throughout my whole pregnancy, I was at home with my family. And then at 36 weeks pregnant, I had went to the doctors because I had thought my water had broke. While I was there, they had told me that I was diagnosed with preeclampsia. So if you don't know what that is, it just means it's like a high blood pressure while pregnant, and it could be dangerous for the baby. So not much for you, but for the baby it can be. So I was 36 weeks pregnant. I went in there on a Saturday, and that Tuesday, which would be 37 weeks, they went ahead and said that they were going to induce me. So I got induced on that following Tuesday. I went in there on a Saturday, got induced on that Tuesday at 6 a.m. My original due date was April 4th through the 10th, but on March 19th of 2019 at 3:17 p.m., after an hour of pushing, Ezra Lee, Ezralee, was born. He was 18 inches, 3.16 pounds, and that was a total of like a 9.5 hour delivery, which is very good for a first-time mom and a first-time baby. I've heard that moms can go up to 2 days being in just labor. Whew, kudos to you. I could not do it. And I only had one stitch. It was one tiny little stitch. I only ripped a little bit, which is also a very good thing for a first-time mom to do. It's not rare, I'd say, but they like to call it rare. All in all, my pregnancy had its ups and downs, especially with the baby's father and our relationship, and then with just stress and work and school. But at the end of the day, I love my son. He is the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I'm so grateful for the support system that I've had and the people who are still here in my life today, who tell me to go and encourage me to do anything that I set my heart out to do. So yeah, so if you like this, if you have any questions, comment down below, and I will do a completely separate video for just questions for teen moms who are just becoming moms, to if you want to become a mom, or if you already are a mom but you just have questions of what I do or how I do it, then comment down below. Like, comment, share the video. But yeah, thanks guys.